So most of us don't have the social currency of a superstar or an NFL player like J.J. Watt that can put up some tweets and speak on media and raise, $30+ million for hurricane victims. And most of us don't have the financial currency of NFL owners that can, basically have multiple billions and millions of dollars to basically affect whatever positive, hopefully positive change in the world that they want to see. But we all have different forms of currency. There's actually an amazing book by one of my mentors, Dario Salas, called Cosmic Currency, where he talks about our consciousness, our awareness, our karma, essentially, what we have built up and accumulated over the course of potentially many lifetimes, but at least in this lifetime, that is a form of currency that can be translated into many positive things and can be converted. So treating people well, being there for others, kind of builds another term for it, as we call emotional capital and social capital, where when it's our time to call on people and ask for favors, people don't turn us away because we've been there for them. So that's one form of positive karma. Something else so again, the point is we don't have to have all these tangible things, again, millions of social media followers or millions of dollars in the bank to affect positive changes in the world. We have to be centered on what our values are, what kind of assets and resources we have, and how we want to utilize those, not just for our own benefits, obviously we're going to do that, but for the benefits of others. And a concept I really like a lot, and I wanted to bring it to light today, is this concept of random acts of kindness. Because not everything's about having a huge effort and initiative. I mean, obviously that's a wonderful thing to do if we can volunteer and do different forms of community service. But just random acts of kindness throughout the day. Helping an older woman carry her groceries up a staircase, or you see it all the time with people coming out of the train stations in the city. A mother trying to take her baby up a flight of stairs, and she's got the stroller and trying to figure out how to get up there. And taking the time out of our day, especially if we live in these busy metros, like New York and Jersey City here, it's very easy to get lost in the busyness and the hustle and trying to get to our next meeting and working through our thoughts and our agenda, that it's very easy to overlook those opportunities. But I find that if we can focus on just kind of being self-aware throughout the day, and you keep your eyes open, I'm sure, and it's a challenge I want to put out here as part of our project for the week, is to consider some random acts of kindness and try to have some awareness in this week going forward, and just pay attention, slow down a little bit when you're out in public and commuting to work, or just out and about in the community, where there could be some opportunities to help some folks out, whether you know them or you don't. There's a great website here that you've seen us pull up called randomactsofkindness.org, and it has a lot of great ideas. So you can just see kind of a screenshot of it there, and if you go to that site, let me just click in here and see what the link is. Yes, it's randomactsofkindness.org, and you can kind of see they have all different categories, and you can kind of come up with new ideas or see what ideas other people have, and it segments it by different categories, like kindness for senior citizens, animals, children, and the environment, things of that nature. So it's just one of many sites of the kind, but it's one of the ones I like best. And so take a look or come up with your own ideas, and challenge yourself to maybe every day do one random act of kindness. And it's again your way of building a positive cosmic currency, and also using the currency and the resources and the thoughtfulness that you have, that we all have, to help others. And on that note, before we sign off today, I wanted to highlight a very unique and cool local business started by these two New Jersey-based fathers called Sips and Kicks. And actually, Chad and Andy there. Chad's a longtime friend of mine that I grew up playing soccer with back in Staten Island where we grew up. And this concept was his way as he was taking his kids to school every day, his two young kids, and seeing what kind of very, let's say, not the healthiest food choices that schools were offering these kids. He came up with the idea, along with Andy, to offer some healthier food choices to these kids and use it as a platform to educate the kids on the ingredients that go into the foods they eat. So they started making these super tasty fruit and vegetable smoothies with ingredients like kale and blueberries and pineapples, all different types of recipes that they've put together. And now over the last 6-7 years, they've actually grown quite a nice business. It's a nonprofit business, a 501c3, and it's something that's now going into plans to grow and offer nationally to help parents, educators, and kids all around the country have healthier, more nutritional food choices. And that's just part of it. That's the SIPS part. The KICS part is actually more getting these kids more active. As we know, there's an epidemic in our country in terms of partially because of the negative food choices, but also just the inactivity and all the TV watching and sedentary lifestyles that we've grown to live more so alarmingly at younger and younger ages. And the diabetes that's associated with that, and a lot of negative side effects. And that's the KICS part. It's getting these kids moving, getting them more active. Not everyone has to be on track to be in the NFL or the MLS or professional level. I think we get a little bit, and a lot of parents get very obsessed with trying to raise the next superstar athletes. And honestly, that's not really what it's about. What it's about is getting kids active, allowing them to move, allowing them to have fun. And regardless of your athleticism level or how fit you are or how good you are at a certain activity, that's not really the point. The point is to have fun, to get movement, to be healthy. So that's really what Sips and Kicks represents, and they're starting to work with sponsors and professional sports organizations to really kind of indoctrinate this philosophy of movement and healthy eating as well. Similar to what the NFL has with Play 60, I believe is the concept. So again, this is a way that two fathers from New Jersey came up with a great idea and are offering it in their communities, and it's having a positive impact. So it's good to hear those kind of stories in terms of fitness, sports, and health starting to pervade and have some success. And that's, again, what we support, with the ventures that we support and the different of all the different areas that the world can kind of undergo some positive changes. This is one of the few, aside from the environment and generally just raising consciousness and awareness, helping kids get a better foundation and a better support system and be more educated in these areas. Health and fitness and nutrition is one that I'm certainly very passionate about, and it's one that we're going to continue to support and highlight here on the Polymath project. So with that being said, good luck with your thoughts and creativity and random acts of kindness in this coming week, and we'll see you next week. Take care.